Students, we are going to continue with haloalkanes and haloarenes, and today is our fourth class of this chapter, that is lecture 4. Last class we have completed the mechanism of nucleophilic substitution reactions, the stereochemistry of nucleophilic substitution reactions, SN1, what happens during that case. Optically, they are not active since they occur through racemization. Dextro and levo both are obtained, but SN2 Walden inversion occurs. So today we are going to start with chemical properties and the first nucleophilic substitution reactions. So number 1, when alkyl halide reacts with aqueous KOH, then the product is alcohol, substrate, reagent, product, byproduct or leaving group. What is the nucleophile here? Hydroxyl ion, OH minus, and the medium is aqueous. How do we decide whether it is going to be SN1 or SN2? So depending upon the circumstances, if 3-degree alkyl halide is there, preferably it would undergo SN1 reaction, because in that case intermediate is carbocation. But if 1-degree alkyl halide is there, then it will follow SN2 mechanism. The nucleophile is hydroxyl ion and the product is alcohol. When an alkyl halide reacts with silver salt of carboxylic acid, silver salt of carboxylic acid, so AgX is eliminated and the product is ester. So you can see here that the product is ester and the nucleophile is carboxylate ion and AgX gets eliminated. When we take sodium alkoxide, RONA, how do we prepare sodium alkoxide required for this purpose? So when alcohols react with sodium metal, what do they give? They evolve hydrogen gas and the product is sodium alkoxide. Here if you use CH3, sodium methoxide, sodium ethoxide, sodium propoxide and so on. So NaX is eliminated and what do we get here? Ether. This reaction is very important, my dear students, and this reaction is named as Williamson synthesis. Okay, next lesson in ethers chapter we are going to study about this reaction and its mechanism as well in detail. So here the product is ether. You can see alcohol, ether, ester, all can be prepared by using these nucleophilic substitution reactions. Next is when an alkyl halide reacts with potassium cyanide, the product is alkyl cyanide, the byproduct is potassium halide, the medium is alcohol here. Whereas when an alkyl halide reacts with silver cyanide, then the product is alkyl isocyanide. Very important point it is. Look here, when potassium cyanide is there, then we get product cyanide, whereas when silver cyanide is there, then the product is isocyanide. Why does it happen during filling the blanks, or what happens when this undergoes with AgCN or with KCN? So why does it happen? Pay attention here. Potassium cyanide, being ionic in nature, dissociates into K plus and Cn minus. But since carbon-carbon bond is relatively stronger, therefore the product is cyanide. But AgCN, being covalent in nature, only nitrogen becomes the attacking site or nucleophilic center and hence the product will be isocyanide. That's very important, and this question is given in exercise as well. And exactly the same reason would be when an alkyl halide reacts with AgNO2, you will get the product nitroalkane, and when it reacts with KNO2, potassium nitride, then the product is alkyl nitride. As it is AgNO2, this is covalent, so the attack takes place through nitrogen, whereas this is ionic, and therefore in this case what happens? Oxygen is the attacking center. So here nitroalkane and here alkyl nitride, and such type of reagents in which either of the atom can be the attacking site, they are known as ambident nucleophiles. As you know, ambi means both, either of the atom. So if carbon is the attacking atom, cyanide. If nitrogen is the attacking atom, isocyanide. Similarly, with AgNO2, nitroalkane, with KNO2, alkyl nitride. And when alkyl halide reacts with sodium salt of alkyne, sodium ethynide, sodium propionide, and so on, then we can prepare higher alkynes by using this method. So here you can see alkynes, since they have sp hybridization, so that what happens, they have 50% S character and 50% P character, so that it acts as a nucleophilic center, and you can prepare higher alkynes by using this method. If you use here CH3, you will get propyne. If you use here C2H5, you will get butane. And not only that, terminal and non-terminal, both the alkynes can be prepared by using this reaction. So by using these nucleophilic substitution reactions, you can prepare alcohol, ether, ester, cyanide, isocyanide, nitroalkane, alkyl nitride, as well as higher alkynes. So after nucleophilic substitution reactions, next we have elimination. Okay. This elimination, it is also known as beta elimination, and it is also named as dehydrohalogenation. And why it is called dehydrohalogenation, my dear students? Since hydrogen and halogen both are eliminated during this reaction. Let's see with a simple example. Now you can see bromoethane. When this bromoethane is treated with alcoholic KOH, okay, is this carbon alpha carbon or not? The carbon through which functional group is attached, that carbon is known as alpha carbon, and the adjacent carbon is known as beta carbon. Therefore it is called beta elimination. HBr is eliminated, this bond comes over here, K plus comes with Br, and OH minus abstract this H plus from beta position, so that the product is just open the exercise, and in conceptual questions just have a look. There is a question, when an alkyl halide reacts with aqueous KOH, just now we have seen the product was alcohol, whereas in alcoholic medium alkene is formed. During this case elimination occurs, whereas in previous case when the medium was aqueous, nucleophilic substitution had taken place. Why does it happen? That's very, very important. In aqueous medium, what happens? KOH dissociates completely and OH minus acts as an independent nucleophile. But so far as alcoholic medium is concerned, here the ionization is partial. And due to partial ionization, to be stable, this OH minus abstract H plus from the beta position so that elimination occurs. That's very, very important. And not only that, if there are two beta carbon atoms, here only one was there. So when two beta carbon atoms are there, I hope everybody remembers, then the elimination would take place according to Sartre-Jeffs rule. So that alkene will be the major one in which carbon-carbon double bond is maximum alkylated. And why does it so? Why this is major? But 1 in is minor, whereas but 2 in is major. Because greater the number of alpha hydrogen atoms, more is the extent of hyperconjugation, and more the extent of hyperconjugation, stable is the alkene and vice versa. So after elimination, the next reaction is reaction with metals. And normally, when these alkyl halides they react with metals, they form organometallic compounds. Now what does it mean, organometallic compounds? When an alkyl halide reacts with magnesium metal in presence of dry ether, they form RMgX. I hope everybody knows this compound. This is nothing but Grignard reagent, alkyl magnesium halide. I said organometallic compound. What is organometallic compound? The compound in which there is a bond between metal and carbon. Such compounds are said to be organometallic compounds. Similarly, when an alkyl halide reacts with lithium, this is also an organometallic compound. When an alkyl halide reacts with sodium metal, then what happens? In presence of dry ether, 2 moles of alkyl halide in presence of sodium metal, NaX is eliminated and we get alkane. What is the name of this reaction? Woods reaction, very, very important reaction. In class 11 also you had studied. So when an alkyl halide reacts with sodium metal in presence of dry ether, then we get alkane. And this reaction is used for increasing the series, for ascending the series, for preparing higher alkanes. So when alkyl halides, they react with metals, they form organometallic compounds. An organometallic compound is the compound in which there is a bond between carbon and metal. And the last reaction of alkyl halide after nucleophilic substitution, elimination and organometallic compounds, reduction. Okay? And upon reduction, they get reduced to alkane. Okay? Now, from where this nascent hydrogen, what type of reducing agents are used over here? So you can use here hydrogenation in presence of nickel, sodium in presence of ethanol, sodium ethoxide with nascent hydrogen, Hi in presence of red phosphorus, and so on. So upon reduction, alkyl halides, they give alkane. So these are the 4 types of reactions which you have to learn for alkyl halides. And in our next lecture, we are going to start with haloarenes. Thank you very much.